The match between Cruz Azul and León exploded into one of the most unforgettable moments of the current Liga MX season as tension built with every touch of the ball and the rivalry reached boiling point with a shocking last-minute goal that sent fans into absolute chaos both inside the stadium and across homes in Mexico and the United States. From kickoff, it was clear that both teams came into the match with everything to prove and nothing to lose. León tried to control possession early, sending the ball through the flanks and attempting to find gaps in Cruz Azul's backline. But La Máquina stood firm with tactical discipline that left León frustrated throughout the first half. Cruz Azul's midfield trio, led by Rivero and accompanied by Romero and Montano, played with a sense of urgency that reflected their mission to make a statement in this quarterfinal battle. As fans from both sides waved flags and sang their club chants, the energy inside the stadium was only matched by the buzz on social media where the hashtags Cruz Azul vs León and Liga MX rivalry began trending within minutes. León had their chances with striker Federico Viñas coming close to scoring twice before half-time. But the real turning point came in the final 10 minutes when both managers made bold substitutions that would completely alter the tone of the match. With León pushing higher up in hopes of forcing a result, Cruz Azul used space on the counter to launch a series of attacks that had León scrambling. It was Andrés Montano's moment of brilliance in the 83rd minute, a long-range strike that rattled off the crossbar, that raised eyebrows and shifted momentum. While that ball did not cross the line, the intent and power behind it lit a fire in the Cruz Azul squad. Just 4 minutes later, a set piece from the right saw Ignacio Rivero make a perfectly timed run and send a looping header into the top left corner, breaking the deadlock and sending Cruz Azul fans into wild celebration. León's defense was caught ball-watching, and that moment of lapse proved costly. But the real shock came during stoppage time. As León threw everything forward in desperation, hoping to equalize and salvage the match, they were hit on the break by a stunning move that ended with Cruz Azul's forward slipping past 3 defenders and finishing with a clinical low shot that buried the match. That goal instantly became a viral moment as clips flooded TikTok and Instagram, fans screaming into their phones, broadcasters calling it one of the most dramatic endings in recent playoff memory. Analysts are already saying this goal could be the spark that propels Cruz Azul all the way to the Liga MX final as they now ride an emotional high and carry momentum while León are left devastated. This match not only shifts the tournament brackets but reshapes conversations around team strength, tactical management, and player impact. Social media exploded with fans debating whether this was Cruz Azul's greatest last-minute win in modern history, and whether León's coach made the right calls by leaving key players on the bench until late in the match. From a US fan perspective, the match highlighted exactly why Liga MX continues to captivate bilingual and Latino football audiences more than almost any other league. The intensity, passion, and unpredictability on display represent the beauty of Mexican football, and when two storied clubs like Cruz Azul and León clash, the stakes rise beyond the pitch. León's legacy of tough defense and quick counterattacks was tested all night, but the fresh energy of Cruz Azul's emerging stars created havoc and made the difference. The growth of players like Montano and Romero is no longer something fans watch quietly. They are vocal now, filling comment sections with praise and demanding more starting time for these new heroes. Statistically, Cruz Azul has now won more than 50% of their last 10 encounters against León, and with this win, they extend an unbeaten home streak that could become crucial in the next round. Fans who filled Estadio Azteca will never forget how the stands erupted in blue and white as Rivero's goal sank into the net and León's hopes disappeared with it. As the final whistle blew, players dropped to the ground in exhaustion, and cameras caught León's captain covering his face in disbelief while Cruz Azul's bench stormed the field in one of the season's most iconic celebrations. Online, fan groups based in Los Angeles, Houston, and Chicago shared instant reactions, with some fans calling it the best Cruz Azul moment since their last title win and others pointing out how Liga MX remains one of the few leagues where every match can swing in the final seconds. This match is also sparking broader discussions about the playoff format in Liga MX and how last-minute goals and drama are giving the league a competitive edge globally. While European clubs dominate mainstream media, it is matches like this that remind North American audiences that passion is not exclusive to Europe. Every angle of this game, from tactics to substitutions to raw emotion, is being dissected by fans and pundits alike. Even former players and coaches took to Twitter and sports talk shows to share their takes, with many praising Cruz Azul's never-give-up attitude and León's need to rethink their defensive setups. This wasn't just a game, it was a moment that crystallized the heart of the sport, an underdog narrative, a fierce rivalry, a packed stadium under night lights, and an ending that felt almost scripted. Whether you support Cruz Azul or León or are simply a neutral who loves football, you could not have asked for more. If you watched live, you felt the pulse of something historic. If you missed it, social media made sure you saw every second on replay. From the roar of the crowd to the silence of León's end, from tactical chess moves to raw athleticism, everything about this game screamed classic. And this is what keeps the Liga MX fanbase growing across the United States. The stories, the rivalries, the goals, the heartbreak. So if you felt the emotion, if your heart skipped when that last goal hit the net, if you screamed with joy or frustration, take a second now to like this video. Drop a comment about what moment shook you the most. Share it with a friend who lives for football nights like these. And do not forget to subscribe for more, because this is just the beginning of what promises to be an unforgettable Liga MX season.